Hey, what's up, you guys? If you're looking for Ring of Honor results, you are at the right place. Now, after that stunt Tony Khan played on us yesterday on Dynamite, I kind of was not really feeling watching the show, but honestly, Samoa Joe is barely even on the damn show, so it doesn't really have anything to do with him. And it actually turned out to be a pretty good show. It was taped a couple of days ago before this whole fiasco from the other TV title last night. So it actually was pretty good. I actually liked it. Now, we do start off with an emergency minion meeting with our girl Athena. Now, she's talking with Alexi and Billy Starks. Now, Billy is apologizing for everything that she's done wrong up until that point, and Athena cuts her off because she forgives her for everything that she's done, because she's actually proven herself with her interfering in the match with Mercedes Martinez, and that helped her retain the title. Maybe she didn't really need the help, but she did prove herself with helping in that match. So everything is good, and we have our girl Billy Starks, who actually graduate MIT, so she's no longer a minion in training. She is one of the girls with Lexi and Athena, and you know what? I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen here, because Dina's like, hey, you graduated, but I need to see you putting some more violence in your matches. And she says she's going to show her how to get things done up in here. First match of the night, we have Tony Nese versus Serpentico. Now, Tony Nese comes out with Smart Mark Sterling, and he's like, look, we have taken care of the trash, Ethan Page. Both Josh Woods and I have beaten him in our matches, so we don't have to worry about this guy anymore. Now we can focus on what's really important, which is some group training for all you fat motherfuckers in the crowd. You guys need to get in shape. Now, Serpentico obviously don't have no time for this, so they end up starting their match. Now, the match is great, and I do feel like Tony Nese would have definitely taken the win here, and he was this close to winning. And then here comes Ethan Page on a mic, talking right over his neck, and he is saying all the stupid shit, and it's distracting Tony Nese, which makes Serpentico go for the most devastating move in professional wrestling. The surprise roll-up. Oh, I can't stand that shit. Now, he goes for the surprise roll-up, and he actually ends up winning because Tony Nese is so distracted, he doesn't even get a chance to kick out of that. Now, Serpentico runs out the ring, and he goes to Ethan Page, and they're mocking Tony Nese. Now, honestly, I thought this little storyline was over with Ethan Page, but I guess that's not the case. Up next, we have a Proven Grounds match with Athena versus Heidi Howitzer. She's really talented. Google her so you can see what she's all about. Now, I really did enjoy her in this match, but this is a Proven Grounds match, and Athena has a single streak in Ring of Honor, so they're not going to let her lose to Heidi. But I did enjoy Heidi here. She has that charisma that I like to see in the women. I hope we get a chance to see her again. And yeah, Athena, she takes the win. And who's surprised about that? Now, after that match, Athena does attack Heidi, and Billy Starks doesn't want to get involved in that. She does want to prove herself to Athena, but she doesn't want to hurt innocent people. Now, after that, we got our boy Kyle Fletcher versus Lee Johnson. Now, at first, I'm not going to lie, I was like, Lee Johnson, maybe I can go use the bathroom. But for the first time in quite some time, I'm seeing Lee Johnson putting on a really great match. And I'm just like, oh, okay, you're doing really well tonight. Now, he kind of comes off a little heelish here. And backstage, we have Lee Moriarty and Shane Taylor. They're watching. They've been having their eyes out on Lee Johnson. They want to recruit him, but he's definitely going to have to prove himself. Now, I do think he's a great wrestler. However, he needs personality. And sometimes he gets in the ring with people who their styles are so different from his, where it kind of seems like the chemistry is really off. Like he had no business being in the ring with them. So for me, I felt like he had really great chemistry with Kyle Fletcher. And this is one of those matches that I absolutely did enjoy here. Now, are you guys surprised to hear that Kyle Fletcher takes the win? Obviously not. He's part of Don Callis' family. And, they got that street fight going on, I think next week. and they want to make him look good before that match. So yeah, I could definitely see why Kyle should take the win. But Lee Johnson actually impressed me tonight, and I enjoyed him here. And I do hope he does join Shane Taylor Promotions because he needs something. Now we have Layla Hirsch versus Charlotte Renegade. Now I'm not gonna lie, I kind of didn't care about this. I thought this was gonna be a squash match, which it wasn't. Um, Things got interesting here when Robin started getting involved in the match. And here comes Rachel Ellering, who comes from the back, and she's making sure that this is going to be a one-on-one match and that Robin ain't going to get involved. So I'm just thinking, okay, so there's something going on here with Rachel and Layla. Now, Layla, she wins with an armbar. And instead of Layla thanking Rachel for coming out and helping her ass, she just looks at her and just walks away. And I'm just like, oh, okay, a lot of tension for someone who's helping you, girl. Because if it wasn't for her coming out there making sure you didn't get hit by that chair, you would definitely have lost this match. So they do have some type of storyline going on. And I'm glad they're giving the ladies a little bit more story time. Now, after that, we do have Athena, who's backstage with Billy Starks and Lexi. Now, Athena has just discovered that there's some video footage of Lexi hanging out with Willow Nightingale and them, and she's not happy about that. And she demotes Lexi from being her bestie to being a minion in training. She don't want the girls hanging out with all these other lame girls, so she's not happy about that. Now I'm wondering what's going to happen with the group. I don't see them breaking up. I see them pretty much just taking whatever Athena throws at them because obviously they want to prove things to her. And I do see here that Billy Starks is definitely going to move up in terms of being her bestie instead of Lexi this time. And somewhere down the line, I'm thinking they're going to end up breaking up because it just seems like there's no one else right now in terms of storyline purposes of who can face Athena at Final Battle. I'm hoping we get a chance to see Billy Starks. But is she ready though? I'm not sure. So we got tag team action. We have the Iron Savages versus Griff Garrison and Cole Carter. Finally, Griff and Cole are starting to look like a tag team. Like you can really see these dudes have been practicing and, getting themselves together to look like a tag team in the ring, especially since they're going against other experienced tag team in the Ring of Honor. They have not been having that cohesion that they actually need. And another thing too, our boy Griff was being very heelish in this match, which I was really surprised to see because I was like, he said he wanted to play by the books, play by the rules. He don't want to be a heel, but throughout this match, he's definitely following Cole Carter's lead, and obviously Maria's been getting into his ear, so now we're starting to see a more, not just aggressive side of him, but we're starting to see a little bit more a cocky side of Griff Garrison, and that's what he needs. He needs some character. He needs some milk too, because this guy is like the size of my finger. Come on, Griff, hit the gym. You need to do a little something about that physique of yours. Now, while I did enjoy this match, I still don't feel like Griff and Cole should be taking any wins either because they're not 100% ready as a team. They wouldn't convince me if they won against Iron Savages. Now, the crowd is really behind Iron Savages. They're super talented, and I really do enjoy their charisma and that's crazy juice thing that they be drinking that's supposed to give them some power and strength. They're so cool, and the crowd was absolutely loving them. This was a great match, but Cole, Griff, y'all gotta do some more. So now they put a damper on the show by airing the whole TV title fiasco thing with Samoa Joe. And I'm just like, so I gotta relive this moment again? Now, they do let us know that Tony Khan's going to be on Ring of Honor next week, and he's going to be addressing the TV title situation. And I'm just like, oh, okay, so he coming next week to disappoint us once again. Like, guys, get used to it. Whenever Tony Khan comes out and he got some announcement to make, it doesn't really make sense and it doesn't really excite anybody. So we'll see what's going to happen. Obviously, it seems like they're going to be a tournament, and it might end at whoever the last two people will end up going for the TV title at Final Battle. I am like 100% sure that's where they're going with it. Now, up next, we have Billy Starks versus Rachel Ellering. And this really surprised me because we have Athena who's ringside and she's coaching Billy of what to do in this match. Like I said earlier, she wants her to be more aggressive in the ring. And at first, she kind of started off being her usual self, but then she gets more and more aggressive in this match, taking Athena's advice. However, I know this is unintentional, but I don't think it worked because obviously Billy is a babyface. She is 18 years old. She doesn't have as much experience as some of these other girls. So the second that she became more aggressive, I felt like she just couldn't really find her footing in this match. And it became, I'm sorry to say this, somewhat of a botch fest where she's like trying to be at a 20 instead of at a 10. And now she's messing things up and it got sloppy. And I was like, damn, this is really unfortunate because I love the storyline and I love where they're going with this. But maybe this was just a little bit too much for Billy to handle in the ring. So like towards like the middle end of the match, it just got too sloppy for me. But I get where they were going with this. Now, Billy takes the win here. And after the match, we have Athena who attacks Rachel. And Billy actually joins her and attacks her too. And I was like, oh, okay, you've made it to the dark side. Congratulations. We have cookies in the dark side. Enjoy them. Now she's attacking her opponent after the match. And here comes Layla Hirsch. She comes to help Rachel, the one that she didn't want nothing to do with. I was like, yes, girl, get it, girl. Help her out because she definitely needs it. Now, Athena, Billy, they make their way to the back because they don't want no smoke. And I'm actually really surprised here. Now, I really wanted to enjoy this match. But unfortunately, I felt like the moment that Billy had to amp up the aggression is where things kind of went a little bit south in this match. But I do hope that if she's going to continue to be aggressive in the ring, that she just takes her time with it and don't overthink it, don't overdo it, because it's going to end up looking sloppy like what we saw earlier tonight. Up next, we had a really quick match with Josh Woods versus SC Bishop. It was quick but effective. However, I don't really like this because Josh Woods is a technical beast, and the things that I've seen him do, in terms of like pure rules or whatever, is absolutely phenomenal. And lately they have been putting him in so many squash matches. When you put someone in a squash match just to kind of show that they're dominant in like 2 seconds, that does not show what it is that they can do. They started off really well with Josh by showing what he can do when he was pretty much having his eyes set on the pure title. And when he had that match with Shibata, which was just a wet dream for me, I was like, we can only go up from here. And unfortunately, that's not the case. They just started doing the squash match thing and they're making a thing out of it. And I just don't like it because you're not truly seeing the best out of Josh Woods. But we'll move on. Now, we had a really great 8-man tag match. We have the Infantry and Darius Martin and Action Andretti versus the Wingmen and Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty. Oh my gosh, I love the Infantry. They got that swag, that charismatic thing about them that just makes them like someone you just want to look at all the time because they're just so much fun in the ring. And I really do enjoy Carly and Sean. Now, Action Andretti and Darius, they're all right too, but you know, they need a little bit more personality in the ring. Now, the match is really great, and I'm thinking, obviously, the babyface team's going to take the win. We got a little storyline going on with Action Andretti and Darius with Shane Taylor Promotions, so I'm thinking babyface is going to take the win here. That does happen, but it does get a little bit weird just when the match is, like, really, really good. I don't remember who it was, but we had, what's his name? Something Avalon. The one that's supposed to be pretty, Peter Avalon, yeah. He goes to, I think, hit Action Andretti, but he moves out the way and Shane got hit in the face. So Shane is upset and he ends up putting a beat down on his damn partner. And Lee Moriarty's like, fuck it, you beating him up, I'll beat up the other one too. And then they left the match. It was like, we're not dealing with this foolishness. And I'm just like, whoa, what's going on? This was actually really, really good. And obviously, since there's only two people, the Hollywood Hunk and Peter Avalon, in the ring and they don't have two other partners, obviously the other team's going to end up taking the win. I kind of wish they didn't leave, but it is what it is. It was pretty good before we got to that point. And you know what? I want to see this whole tag team thing with Darius and Action Andretti versus Lee Moriarty and Shane Taylor. They might kind of stretch that out until the pay-per-view. I don't know. It's a little bit more than a month away. Probably not. Now we have Lexi backstage with Rachel Ellering, and she's asking her, like, what's going on between you and Layla? Y'all cool? What's going on? Now, before she can really even give an answer, Layla interrupts, and she goes, look, we ain't cool, but since you helped me last time, I'm going to help you this time, and now we're even. Hit the bricks. I don't want nothing to do with you. Now, here comes Maria, and Maria is like, oh, so since you got help already, you don't need my help with me being your manager. And Layla's like, look, I still want your help. I still would like to have you by my side. Rachel, she ain't nobody. Now, Maria's like, you know what? Maybe you two should tag together, and I'll decide later if maybe I can do something for you, Layla. Honestly, I'm not really sure why Maria is suggesting that they should tag together. I feel like that kind of didn't really make any sense. Either you're going to help her or you're not going to help her by being her manager. I'm not really sure what that is going, but I do feel like maybe Layla might attack Rachel, and that's going to kind of win over Maria, because obviously Maria is the heel in this situation. So if they go that route, then I can see her basically saying, you know what, you did the dirty deed, so I'll help manage you. That's probably where they're going with this. All right, so on to one of my favorite matches of the night, Dralistico versus Gravity. First thing first, the arena was empty as fuck when it came to this match. I was just like, where the hell did everybody go? Like, it's not good. It was not good. All I kept seeing was empty seats. Now, this match I do believe should have opened the show. They should have used this as an opener because these two guys were absolutely on fire. The chemistry was on point for the most part. I really did enjoy this match. But something really kind of surprised me a little bit was that Dralistico was a heel in this match. Dralistico, obviously being part of LFI, they just returned, on Collision last week or maybe the week before, I don't remember. And they've been received as a babyface. So what's going on now? On Ring of Honor, we're heels? I don't know. That kind of took me by surprise a little bit. But Gravity has never been a heel either, so I don't know. It is what it is. But they have a really great match, and I love their energy. That's for one. And also, I love the chemistry. So part of me kind of felt like we should have started off with this instead of Tony Nese and Serpentico. That would have really got the crowd amped up. And plus, they would have actually had some people watching the damn thing since the arena was empty. Now, they do bring up on commentary that both of their brothers have held the Ring of Honor World Championship, Roosh and Bandito. So that was pretty interesting to think about, because now you look at these two guys and you're thinking that they're supposed to be the future of Ring of Honor. And I'm thinking, I don't know if there's a future of Ring of Honor, but I would definitely love to see these guys advance onto holding some gold, whether if it's Ring of Honor or AEW. Now, Dralistico does win, but one thing that was funny was Dralistico, he was looking so annoyed with Gravity doing that slow moonwalk walk that he does or whatever. It looks absolutely ridiculous, I think. But just to see Dralistico confirming how ridiculous it looks, it just made me feel a little bit better. Now, great match. I definitely recommend checking this out. This was a really great match for Dralistico to have his return with, because Preston and Roosh, they were on the main event on Collision, and since FTR was already in that match, Dralistico was just hanging out ringside. And like I said, I just thought it was really weird that he was a babyface on Saturday, and then Thursday, he's an absolute heel. Either way, awesome match. All right, so the match that we've been waiting for, well, I've been waiting for, I don't know about anybody else. Eddie Kingston versus Angelico, because they've never really confirmed when this was actually going to happen. Because obviously Eddie's holding New Japan title as well, so he's busy, and we just don't know when we're going to get our Ring of Honor champion. The main thing here, this is a 5-star match now, definitely a main event match, but I think the most important thing to take from this, we knew Angelico was going to lose, that's for sure. But the most important thing to take from this was that AEW can build a star. Angelico has the worst loss record in AEW. No, I think the second worst out of after S Penta. And he's just been a jobber. If you guys used to watch Dark Elevation, they always come out and they make a fool out of and lose their matches. Now, this time, they took Angelico and took him seriously and said, you know what, that squash match shit, you losing every single time you come out, this is not going to be the case. We want you to go out there and do what it is that you do. And he's been having bangers of a match. Every time I've seen him for the past month or so, I've just been like, you could do this whole time? And that shows you that it's not always that some people suck. That's not what it is. When the booker tells you to go out there and look a certain type of way and do certain types of things so that someone else can get over, that doesn't always get in favor for that person. So Angelico always losing all the time has done nothing for him, and people have not taken him seriously. So now we finally got a moment where this past month or so, they've been building him up. He's winning his matches. He's doing things we've never seen him do. He's impressing people. And you're looking at him as not just some jobber. You're looking at him as just saying, holy shit, Angelico, he deserves to go for that title. Now, honestly, not 100%. Because if he had a little bit more time to build up to that, then I can see it. However, he has never won any titles, Ring of Honor, AEW, or anything like that. So to just shoot up to the Ring of Honor World title thing, it's a little weird to me. However, he's definitely earned my respect, and he killed it here in this match. And I was just so blown away. And despite him losing, I still feel like AEW, you know how to take somebody and make them somebody. Why are you not doing this with other people? You know, I definitely didn't suspect that they would do this with Angelico, but there are other people out there that they can do that with, and they can be a star. They're wasting these titles that's supposed to mean something in Ring of Honor, and they're giving it to people who's barely defending it, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. And if Angelico won it, I would at least know that he's going to be on next week and the week after that. But Eddie Kingston, I can't say the same. He has another title, and it's whenever he's available that he's going to come out, you know? I love Eddie, but if he can't really fulfill his job as a champion, then I don't think that he should have the title. Same thing goes for Samoa Joe, but this motherfucker doesn't have it anymore. Great match. And if anything I took from this was that Ring of Honor, AEW, whoever it is back there that's putting these things together, Tony Khan obviously, you guys have all the tools you need to make stars. You guys just need to take initiative and take these stars that you guys have already and make them shine even brighter than what they are. And what I've seen them do with Angelico these past month or so is absolutely brilliant. And I really hope that despite him losing this, that he continues to be shown in the way that they've been showing him these past few weeks. So maybe he might go for the TB title. If he won a TB title, I'll be cool with that. He's actually proven himself throughout this time. So it'll be great. Great main event. If anything, Eddie does what he always do, but Angelico definitely impressed me, and I really enjoyed the main event. After that main event, though, oddly enough, Dalton Castle, he looks fucked up in front of the camera, and he is going on a rant talking about how he's been doing his best And he used to be the best when he was the Ring of Honor World Champion. And now somebody like Eddie Kingston walking around with the title, he should not be representing Ring of Honor. And I'm just like, oh, okay, where's this coming from? Now, he looks beat up. I think this was after the match that they had with the Acclaim. So his chest is all red. He got this big ass tape thing on his nose. Maybe he got cut. I don't know what it is. He looks horrible. And he really looks hungry for the title. And to be honest, if he ends up winning it, I think that would be cool. He'll definitely show up and show out in Ring of Honor. And I really do enjoy Dalton Castle. We're getting that match next week on Ring of Honor. I kind of think that's kind of pretty close. I kind of thought they would just kind of build this up a little bit, have Eddie have a little response, something, but I guess not. Anyway, overall, great show. Some matches better than others, obviously. And I like the way they're moving towards the pay-per-view. Tony Khan, next week when you talk about this TV title fiasco, please make it worth our while. You want people to watch that pay-per-view? Make sure people will buy the subscription to watch it. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I'll be back tomorrow with a Rampage. Bye.